2015 may be about Star Wars back on the big screen, but in 2 years' time, it's all going to be Star Trek on the TV screen. Star Trek is nearing its 50-year anniversary, and what a long, strange trip it's been. The voyages of the Starship Enterprise have gone down as part of one of the greatest sci-fi franchises of all time. 12 movies, 5 TV shows.
Don't you mean 6? There was an animated series.
How is our course, Mr. Sulu? I don't know. What am I doing here?
Well, technically yes, but I'm counting 5 good ones because that was terrible. Last week, CBS announced the first Star Trek show in over a decade. It's pretty amazing that such a diverse franchise came out of a series that only lasted for 3 seasons. After all, that's how much time we got with Veronica Mars, and director Rob Thomas had to do a Kickstarter campaign just to get her on the big screen once. So how did such a short-lived show make such a big impact? Well, there are plenty of reasons, of course, but one of the biggest ones is it's not just what the show was, but about what it could be. The original Star Trek series was almost more of an open door than just a TV show. It presented such a vast and unique multiverse where anything could happen, so anything did. Along with the movies and shows, you've got hundreds of books, comics, an entire language, and a lot of fanfiction. Sean Kelly's part of Improvised Star Trek. It's one of several improv troupes set entirely in the Star Trek universe.
Sort of the premise of our show is that, well, let's see what the crappiest ship is like.
Is this the right way to hold my tricorder? It's upside down.
Their podcast has been airing for over 5 years now, all based in Star Trek.
Star Trek is so vast, and I think that's what allows us to create this really complicated and interesting story.
But it's not just the story that gives them so much inspiration. It's also the themes. Star Trek has always been about pushing socio-political boundaries. There have been episodes on race relations, religious ideology, and probably the most important theme, what it means to be human.
Starfleet was founded to seek out new life. Well, there it sits. Waiting.
And there's plenty more that can be explored in the next series, like LGBT representation.
This is Star Trek. It's supposed to be an inclusive, optimistic view of the future, and it would be great to see a cast that has an eye towards that.
And if the new Star Trek writers need a little bit of inspiration down the road, I know where they could turn.
Amongst other things that we have in the show that I would love to see on a regular Star Trek series, we have an ensign who is a cat.